Good morning, coaches. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put my headphones on, only because I think the sound is slightly better with my earbuds on. So how are you doing, guys? Sanae, Floyd here, business breakthrough coach and sales mentor. And I want to talk about money. Oh, we just disappeared for a second there. The energy of money. This is such an important topic. And I just felt compelled to talk about this today. It's something that I talk about a lot every single week. In fact, in my Paid in Full and Prospering Academy, which is my membership site for helping coaches to clear debt, eliminate their money blocks, and expand their wealth consciousness. But I want to talk to you today about what is your money energy. And this is so important because money is that enduring it's an ever-present relationship in your life, isn't it? You know, every day you have an experience of money, whether it's in the food you eat, the clothes you buy for your kids, the holidays you dream about, the rates you want to be paid for your services, the software you need to invest for your business, the courses you want to take, even right down to the space. You know, if you want to take time out and take, have a bit of a sabbatical or just have a bit of a break, then you consciously or unconsciously need to think, financially, how long can I take off? How long can I afford to take off? So you could see this like ever-present relationship with money. And basically, because of the way we live, this money is ever present. So it's really important to consider, what is your relationship with this entity called money? And so, if you've been doing this work for a while, you've been in this sort of online space for a while, you're looking at kind of your personal growth and your consciousness, we know that money is essentially neutral. Everything is neutral. What we've done is we've loaded money with meaning. We know that essentially, as I said, money is a neutral thing. It's just a tool. It's a means of exchange. And like everything, it just is. Money just is. But experientially, we feel that money is far from neutral. We know that money is far from neutral. And that's because we've loaded it with all this meaning that comes from sort of childhood experiences and trauma and the paradigm we were raised in. And that impacts our relationship with money. So if you want more money than you are currently experiencing, you've got to improve your relationship with money. And it all starts with your energy. So the biggest paradigm shift, let me just give you kind of, from my experience, the biggest paradigm shift I experienced was when I explored the energy of money. And this is actually different for everyone. And it's also different for different types of money too. So different sources of money. So for me, for example, my relationship with money, my energy around money was one that was filled with shame and anxiety. And this is why, for me, in my personal story, I accumulated and perpetuated so much debt. And it was no matter what action I took, what physical action and what strategies I applied and what budgeting methods I tried, and I did it all. I tried everything to clear my debt. It didn't work. None of that stuff worked because I still had the energy and of shame and anxiety inside of me. So it wasn't until I raised my awareness to this energy of shame and anxiety and cleared it that my debt diminished. And this debt that I'd been battling with since my 20s, over 20 years, cleared within just over 6 months. That was £50,000 just cleared. No matter what I'd done previously, that 50,000 in debt just cleared within just over 6 months. The minute I cleared that shame and anxiety that I'd loaded, that energy that I'd loaded onto money. So shame and anxiety is one of those very common energies that is loaded onto money. One of my clients is another example. She used to repel money because her energy around it was fear. She had a lot of fear around more money. So that was why she repelled it. So you've got to clear that inner stuff. Now, the when we look at the energy of money, we also want to be very aware of that there are different types of energy for different types of money. So again, by example, some money may have a resonance of anger for you if, for example, you're receiving that money from an ex after a painful divorce. It's maintenance money, it comes in every month, but every time you see it, you get a shot of cortisol because you see your ex's name on your bank statement and you're reminded of the messy divorce. So that money, and you might think that's not enough, I wanted more, and he's got away with murder or whatever, but that money has an energy of anger. Or maybe you've signed a client that in your heart of hearts you shouldn't have signed. It's a wrong client. And that money may have a resonance of low self-worth or regret or desperation. You were desperate for that money and you signed a client you wish you hadn't done. And so that puts some desperate energy into that money. There is a flip side to this. Depending again on the source of the money, you may be receiving monies from loved ones. And that money is received with an energy of joy and appreciation, or you have money from an inheritance or a gift from a loved one, and again that money is infused with the energy of love. It feels fun, it feels free, because you're going to allow yourself to treat yourself. So whatever your energy is around money, it's going to create your money experience. It's really important to understand. So, and the best analogy that I can give for this, it's like being in a relationship with someone who triggers you because they're constantly disrespecting you, and you get triggered all the time. They're so disrespectful. Why do they talk to me like that? Why do they treat me like this? But when you do your inner work, you come to the realization that what is required here is that you need to build up your own reserves of self-respect. And knowing that when you respect you, other people will respect you too, because how you show up is different. You have this inner respect and therefore you magnetize that outer respect. So that's that analogy. It's the same principle for your money. If your inner experience of money is shame, anxiety, fear, lack, scarcity, then you're going to create that into your material experience. It's law. It cannot be any other way. So the first step to really improving your relationship with money, calling more money in, is that you've got to raise awareness to what is your energy around money? What is your relationship with money? You can't change what you're not aware of. So I just want to give you very quickly 3 principles that will help you to raise awareness so you can start to know, this is my current relationship with money. This is what I need to work on. So the first way is simply look at your current material experience. Look at your reality. What are your results reflecting back to you? Because your results never, ever lie. Your results, we always say this, in my group, the results are never the problem. A lack of money is never the problem. That's just a symptom. It's the printout of your paradigm, your blueprint. So that a lack of money is never the problem. The problem is what have you got energetically that is creating that as an outcome. So the first way to raise awareness is, what is your current reality reflecting back at you? Look at your savings balance, look at your debt balance, look at your current account, look at what money is coming in every month. What is that reflecting back to you about your energy around money? The second way is, and this is a really powerful, very revealing exercise, is to actually go into some quiet reflection. Like, give yourself need only take literally 5-10 minutes, is to take yourself into a quiet space, shut down your eyes, get really quiet, and then imagine money standing in front of you. Like, however you picture it, whatever, allow it to just be whatever your subconscious wants it to be, but bring in the entity of money and have it stand in front of you. And then notice what you feel, what immediately shows up in your body, because that immediate reaction to the entity of money that's standing in front of you will give you a really big sign to, this is the energy of money. If you do it and you feel like triggered into some kind of anxiety, or you feel like shame or guilt, or you feel unworthy, all of that is just such powerful information. So that's the second exercise I would encourage you to do, is to imagine the end, bring it, call it into your experience, and then notice on a somatic, like visceral basis, what's now revealed to me, what's coming up. And then the third thing, and again, this is something that I do with my Paid in Full and Prospering Academy community quite frequently, and this is, again, brings up so much revelation, is simply write a love letter to money. So, every now and again, we'll sit down as a community, we'll write our love letters to money. And, every time it just evolves, because your money, when you're doing this work consistently, you're expanding your wealth consciousness. So you're always kind of reaching new levels and hitting new ceilings, and that are there to be bust through. But, just sit down and write a love letter to money. Start it. Dear money. And you might start, and allow it just to be a stream of consciousness writing. So, dear money, I love you, but you really hurt me when you show up and then you disappear for months. Where do you go? Dear money, I hate the fact that you make me so angry, because you're in and out of my life, or you don't show up. And so just allow that stream of consciousness. It might be, dear money, I'm so grateful that you show up right when I need you, but can you just show up a bit earlier sometimes, or can you come and spend more time with me? I'd really love to get to know you better, whatever it is. But that's the essence of writing a love letter to money. And when you do it as just a stream of consciousness, it's amazing what is revealed. And you start to realize, you might also notice, and this is something that comes up time and time again, is when you start to write this love letter, you will see connection with your real relationships, your intimate relationships. You will see parallels in how you behave with money, and how you've behaved in past relationships, or even a current relationship. So the parallels are quite revealing and very interesting. So that's what I would suggest to you, to really understand that whatever your money energy is, it's creating your money experience. It is critical to raise awareness to this and understand this inner energy is creating whatever I've got going on outside. If you want more, if you want to change your money reality, you've got to do the work within. Change that first. This isn't about pedaling faster, working harder, working longer in order to create more, because that's just going to lead to burnout, and it's not going to be fun, because you've still got that inner energy that is working against you all the time, leading you to self-sabotage. So guys, I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you've got questions, comments, put them below. I'll actually put a link to my Paid in Full and Prospering Academy. So if any of this kind of resonates and you're done with oh, it's such hard work, why is my money never changing? Why can't I clear my debt? If you're noticing that debt just constantly creeping up, then just check out the link that I'm going to put in below in just a moment, and see if it resonates with you, and it might be something that you want to jump in and join. All right then, guys, have an amazing rest of your day, and I shall speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.